Take it away.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Unpack Your Bag Podcast, where we unpack the truth as it pertains to life, love, passion, and culture. We back with another episode. I'm your host, Chantal, and this is your other host, Tony Bird.
Yeah, bring that same energy.
I was trying to bring the energy.
You better bring
but
it.
But you was eyeballing me. You was eyeballing me like she bet not mess this
I was
up.
like, you better bring that energy. You better say Tony Bird.
Tony Bird.
All right.
I was gonna call you by your government name, but I didn't.
Unfortunately, your name is, your stage name, so don't trip. It's okay.
My name is my stage name because I think Chantal, period, is just a dope. It's just
especially when you say Chantal. It's like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, No?
All right.
Nobody?
I mean, it's
Anybody?
cool.
Cool?
It's cool.
Good. Okay. Perfect.
I mean, it's cool.
Cool. All right. Great.
So today we're going to talk about what is the biggest thing you think somebody can do to change their life?
The biggest thing.
The biggest thing, the most important thing.
Okay.
Nothing changes without this first change.
Okay. I think for me, the most important thing is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the key. For me personally, I believe it's the key indicator. Because if you're not aware of who you are, who you want to be, or how you really are you really going to change anything in your life? Like, say, for example, like getting in shape. You want to get in shape, right? It sounds good, but why do you want to get in shape? Oh, because I just want to look good. Are you doing it because really you have health concerns that you're really worried about deep inside?
Right.
Are you really insecure about yourself? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
what is it?
It's because the surface thing is like, yeah, I want to lose weight because I want to be in shape because aesthetically that's cool, right?
Right.
But why do you want to be aesthetically pleasing? Like that's the part that people don't think. Like, why do I want to be aesthetically pleasing? So if you don't have any self-awareness of really why you want to do it,
right?
Are you really going to do it? Because you're kind of, it's like putting a Band-Aid on a gushing wound.
Okay.
You're trying to fix this top layer, but you're still going to have that problem because you're not fixing the root, which is like sew the bleeding wound closed and then let that surface layer heal.
Yeah.
So I think self-awareness to me is like the most important because
I feel that I would take it one step further and I would say like a changed mind, right? Like productive thoughts, you know what I mean? In a healthy mental space to move from, right? It was just pretty much, I feel like what it is that you're saying, but a very specific aspect of it. I'm just saying overall, you cannot change anything with the negative thought process. You cannot change anything with, negative emotions, negative self-esteem, negative, you know what I'm saying? But all of that, in my opinion, starts with a healthy mental space, right? So
okay, I can understand that.
If you cannot move or change or grow, get better, you know what I'm saying? Without changing your mindset, right? That starts with, Black people, a slavery mentality, the rest of the world, the way that they think or feel about money, right, is always going to determine the way they spend it and what they use it for.
True, very true.
The way that you see yourself, right? Like if you see yourself in a negative light, then how can you do something great in this world, right? When you look at yourself, you know what I'm saying, negatively, like the impact that you have is never going to be what you think it should be, right? Or you won't even think that you could make an impact, right? Because you are, you know what I mean? Because you think yourself the way. So I really think that you think that the way you think is the most important thing.
I understand. I guess not to debate, because I do agree with that point. I just think that that's the second part.
The second part.
The second part is changing your mind, developing the right mindset. The first part is understand that your mindset is trash. Self-awareness comes to that point of, like, you can have the stinking thinking, like they say, stinking thinking. You can have the stinking thinking all day long.
But if you don't
if you don't even know that stinking thinking, you wouldn't think to change it because you're not aware to know that it's a bad thing that you're doing. You're just thinking that's the right thing, or that's the way I am. You're not even aware enough to say, like, is this right or wrong? Like, do you like? And I think awareness comes to questioning yourself, questioning your beliefs, questioning the things that you hold true. Are these really true, and why are they true, and what evidence supports them?
But self-awareness is a byproduct, right? I really feel like self-awareness is a byproduct of a healthy mind, right?
Okay.
Like, you cannot have self-awareness with a negative mind or a negative thought process. I don't think that that's possible. It's like, I mean, to me, it's like when we talk about a slavery mentality, right? Like, how can you even think or believe about, you know, where you stand currently, right? If you don't address or look at the things that got you here, right? Like the reasons why you're thinking this way. So, I guess what I just explained to your point is a self-awareness thing. Yeah. But I'm just not sure if somebody with a negative thought space can have self-awareness, or at least a healthy one, because what they believe to be true about themselves may not be true if their mind is wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know, so they can be self-aware, but there can even be a falseness in their self-awareness.
That is true. You know what I'm saying? Which I can understand that. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
So, I mean, if there's a falseness in the way that you think, then there's going to be a falseness in your self-awareness. And then if everything you're doing is moving from a false sense of self, what the fuck are you doing? Damn
it. You did cuss. It's okay. At least you're aware. See, you're aware. Think about it. Okay, that's a good example. That's a great example.
I'm glad I was able to provide.
That's a great example. Even when we were both of us on the podcast, we would cuss before, right? Until we became aware that we cussed a lot, and then we decided to not cuss. But we were never aware of the fact that we cussed a lot.
I knew I cussed a lot,
right? But you knew before.
I knew. I enjoy cussing. But did you know
was it that much?
Yes, I enjoy cussing.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know what it does, but like it like, it's freeing to me. I really do. I promise you. It's freeing to me.
I wonder why it's freeing for you. Is it because of it's because it's supposed to be bad words is why it's freeing?
I don't know. It's just like, it's very freeing. It's very, very freeing.
So there's so many other words you can use, but the cuss words are the ones I like.
There absolutely are so many other words. And, you know, I'm well versed in the English language. So
I just choose.
Right? Like I you know, I have a decent vocabulary. I just choose to say cuss words because, like I said, I enjoy it and it's freeing. It's like I can say whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like there's nothing that's stopping me or keeping me pent up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the ultimate form of self-expression.
For sure, okay.
In my opinion.
Well, I don't know if this is true. So it's just something I heard randomly on the internet. But they say that people who cuss more tend to be smarter.
Is that true?
I don't know. I just heard it. I thought it was kind of funny. I don't know if it's true. They said there's some study done that people that usually are, people that tend to be messier are smarter, and people that tend to cuss more are smarter in general. I don't know where these stats came from. I heard
that about sarcasm, but not necessarily about cussing.
Oh, really?
I heard that people who use sarcasm a lot are smarter.
You know what's funny? Sarcasm, like, okay, I'm not that good. I'm kind of okay with sarcasm, but I usually tend to listen. Hold on.
You have to say it about yourself.
No. I have to explain this. I always tend to do like sarcasm when I'm not trying to in the most inappropriate situations. like
say more.
Like let me think of. I don't want to say the situation because it's a bad one, but let me think of another one because.
No, say it.
No, because the situation is like it's too close to home right now, and in the season that we're in, it's way too close to home.
Okay.
But it's like if somebody broke their leg and they're like depressed and they're like, oh man, like that sucks. Like, and I end up saying a joke about breaking something like, guess shouldn't have got broke off. And then like, it's like, damn, you're an asshole. But I don't mean to.
That's not sarcasm.
I mean, kind of, because it's like, yo, like that's you're making a joke on someone.
Like sarcasm is like, I guess you shouldn't have broke your leg. That's not sarcasm. That's the true fact. You should not have broken your leg. I mean,
I'll say jokes around the thing that shouldn't be said and it's messed up, and I don't mean to. It's just
because
it's like
inappropriate. That's just I don't think that's sarcasm. I just feel like that's inappropriate humor, which I also have. Right? So
it's so messed up because it comes out perfectly. It's at the worst timing. It's
like it was a joke. Like,
but it's so bad because like they literally are depressed or their leg is broken. They can't walk for 6 months. They may never walk in. I'm just like,
did they?
I'm just
6
saying
months? That's far-fetched.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, it's a random number. I'm just saying.
I mean...
but still, like, I end up saying jokes like that. Like, I can't say the other joke because it's too close to home.
I don't know. America, help them out. I don't think that's sarcasm.
Okay, let's define
if y'all think that's sarcasm, comment below. But I don't think that's sarcasm. I really just feel like that's inappropriate humor. Okay. Which is cool. I like people who could tell like a good dirty joke, right? Like if you can tell like a good dirty joke or something like in a public place or like in a professional setting, like I like you more.
Okay, what do you call a cow that's masturbating? Beef stroganoff. Got her, guys. And that's how you change your life, baby. One joke at a time.
That's funny. No, that
is. Be joking.
Yo, so there was like a pause between when you said it and I started laughing is because I literally, I literally had to think. I was like, stroking off. Oh, like, I got it. I literally had to think. I was like,
okay, can you say that that's a better joke?
That's the best joke you've told on this podcast.
Thank you very much.
And you've told a lot of bad ones.
Well, a lot of bad weeds out to the good, okay? So there you go.
I mean, 1 out of 100 is,
Hey, 1 out of 100 is 1%. Still 1.
So.
Is it, hey, it's better than 0.
Agreed.
All right, there you go. I'm going to take it.
You had one. Congrats.
And you actually laughed out loud. You did
that one was funny.
LOL.
That one was funny. It was funny because I had to think about it. I was like, stroking off. Oh, right? And then it hit.
So that's your dirty and inappropriate joke for the day.
I appreciate that.
But here's the definition of sarcasm. It says, a sharp and often satirical or ironic utterance designed to cut or give pain.
Designed to cut or give pain.
So it's supposed to be intended to be messed up intentionally. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like ironic, like say your house burned down because you were using stress relieving candles.
So then, okay.
Irony. That's more irony.
Yeah,
but
that's
they're making a joke.
For sure. So
kind of like that.
So then, I guess the breaking your leg joke would be. That's sarcasm.
Kind of in the realms of, but I just feel like I tend to do that a lot when someone's going through like a heartbreak.
That's okay.
And then I tend to make a joke about like them being heartbroken and
using
the break. I don't mean to. It just comes out. It's just like the jokes come out.
It comes out naturally, and then it's like, oh, was that too soon?
Yeah, exactly.
My bad.
Exactly. Too soon. Yes. That's exactly how I feel all the time. I never have good jokes until those moments when I shouldn't have a good joke.
Why we can't never stay on topic?
I don't know, because I don't know what happened.
We can't never stay on topic.
Well, we can't never is because we can every time. And this is what we're going to do every time.
Is this you taking a shot at my grammar?
No, I just like to say
I was like, I could talk proper if I wanted to.
And we can't do that either.
I have the ability to.
I know, but we like to just chill and have fun.
Whatever.
Anyway, so the most important thing a person can do to improve themselves. I say self-awareness, you say mindset. And I think they both go hand in hand because you need to change your mindset in order to improve your life.
Right.
And you need to be self-aware to improve your life. Yeah. So maybe it's not one or the other, like one's more. I think they're both needed essentially. And
I think after that, the next best thing you can do is discipline, like developing some form of discipline, right? Because a healthy mind is not going to take you further than your discipline will allow, right?
That's true.
Like it won't. Like you could be the most positive, prompt to do, optimistic, self-aware person. I was gonna say a cuss word, but I didn't. On the planet, right? But if that's not gonna carry you further than your discipline will, right? And your discipline is simply like, I'm not gonna do this anymore, and then not doing it anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to do this, so I consistently do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's something hard for people to do.
Yeah, it takes effort.
That's hard. Discipline is hard.
And there's a psychiatrist named Dr. K. He's like he's a psychiatrist for like gamers, like streamers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he talked about this briefly, and he said like discipline. He made an analogy about moving the goalpost. Mm-hmm. And so what he says is like, with discipline, we set these goals like really high, and we end up failing to meet them, and then we end up reverting back and going even worse than we were before. Mm-hmm. So he was saying like. So you say like, oh, I want to eat healthy for 1 day, 2 days a week, right?
Right.
You eat 2 days a week and you eat healthy and you're like, oh, this is great. And then what you do is like, all right, I'm going to eat healthy
next 5
days a week.
You reward yourself with a cheeseburger.
Well, yeah. Well, you say like, I want to eat healthier, and then you eat bad, and then you're like, okay, let me eat. Now since I eat bad, I got to eat 5 days, right?
Right.
And then so what you do is you kind of move the goalpost. Your goal was initially just eating like 1 to 2 days a week healthy. And then once you did that, you moved it immediately to the next goal, which is harder. Right. And then you don't complete it. And then you wonder why you keep going in these bouts of depression or eating bad. And so what he was saying is instead of always trying to like go farther in your discipline, just keep the goalpost where you originally had it, which is if it's just 1 day of eating a week healthy, you do that, just do that. And then you're good. And if you eat bad 6 days a week, you still did what you set out to do. Right. And usually he's like, there's a special thing that happens when you start doing your goals like that. Is you tend to do more. So like if you say you set only 1 day a week, that's very easy to do. Right.
So it's like setting obtainable goals and not like going from I'm gonna work out. You go from like never working out ever to like I'm gonna work out 7 days a week, right? And you're like
well.
So then Dr. Dude is like, well, instead of doing that, maybe you should say I'm gonna work out consistently every single Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And every single Sunday I'm gonna work out. Every single Sunday I don't miss a beat. I never cancel that session. Every single Sunday I work out. And from that positive habit, right? Because you're feeling the endorphins of like I did it, yes. I did it, yes. That releases positive endorphins in your brain, right? Like I did it, yes. So then that makes you want to do it more, right? And give yourself more of that self gratification.
Yes.
As opposed to starting off like I'm gonna work out every day, 7 days a week, but then you miss one and you like, man, I ain't shit. Yeah. I just missed one, right?
And if I already missed one, I might as well miss another one.
And then I'm gonna miss another one. And I'm gonna miss another one. I'm gonna miss another one. And then you're back to not working out again. That actually makes sense.
Yeah. So he was saying like instead of moving the goalpost any farther, just like when you do it consistently Sunday, he said what starts to happen, you'll start wanting to do it more on your own another day on its own. But he's like, but yeah, you do it another day, and that's fine, that's great. You do it on Tuesday, cool, great. He's like, but that don't like leave it, don't move the goalpost, leave it at Sunday still.
Leave it at Sunday.
Keep it at Sunday no matter what. And you may do 4 days in a row.
Right.
And as long as you still do Sunday, you made your goal, and everything else is a bonus. So he was always saying, like, stop moving the goalposts when you start having some success. Leave it there until you get it to that's a habit where it's not even nothing to do anymore.
But when do we move the goalposts? Because I hear what you're saying when you starting off, right? So like, let's say you do it for like 6 months, right? 6 months, you're like, I'm just gonna work out Sunday, and you keep hitting that mark, right? And then you notice that on average, instead of just working out Sunday, you're working out 3 days a week, right? On average, right? You're like, okay, so I'm starting to do it. Some days I do 4, some days I do 2, but on average, you notice that you're starting to do it. 3 days a week, right? Including Sunday. So at what point do you move the goalpost and say, well, since I'm averaging 3 days a week, now I'm going to mandatory do instead of Sunday, now it's going to be Sunday and Friday and Wednesday, right? Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, I'm going to work out.
Yeah, once you build that habit to where you don't have to remind yourself or drug yourself out of bed to do the 1 day a week. When it becomes like normal, like, when you wake up and the first thing you do is pray or like brush your teeth, it just becomes like a routine. You don't have to remember to do it, you just do. Then that's when it's set. Then you can go and add one more.
When the habit is set. And you're like, no matter what, Sundays is it.
When it's like, I already know my Sundays are going to be there. Like it's already a part of my everyday habit. The same way I don't walk out the house unless I brush my teeth because I know dang well I got to see somebody. You just know to do it. No one's telling you, or you don't remind yourself, I got to brush my teeth today. Do I got to do that? You just know to do it, right?
Yeah. It's instinctual. And if you do have to remind yourself, no shade, but like...
I'm just saying, but yeah, things like that. Or like drinking water in the morning when you're thirsty or whatever. I don't know, making
right.
Stuff like that.
The things that you do instinctively without thinking about it.
Yeah, get into the habit like that. And then once it's there, then move it up. But don't move it until it's a habit.
I like
don't
that.
Move it. So, and I resonate with that a lot because for me, I tend to do that. I'll make really big goals for myself and kind of go crazy. Yeah. And then I burn out really, really fast.
You be like, I'm going to save $1,000 a month. Right?
It's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah. I'm going to save $1,000 a month. Right? And then that first month when you only save $750, right? Or, $500, whatever the amount is that wasn't $1,000, you're like, I knew I couldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like,
you just shot your own self, like
like maybe just be like 10% of your 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
Yeah,
20% of your month.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then from there, it's like you don't even miss the money.
Like do something that you can't not do.
Yes.
Like make it so simple, like $20.
Yes.
If you can, and like the discipline is the same whether it's $20, $100.
Right.
It's the same thing. Because like I learned this from I actually learned a lot of my discipline from tithing offering. Because before when I started going to church, like I was more like whatever. Like hit or miss. I give $20 here.
Whatever. Jesus get what I got.
I know. That's why I felt at the time. I was a believer, but I was also like I didn't believe in tithing offerings at that point. I was just like, okay, I'll give when I want.
Right.
And then what happened was after doing that for a year, it turned into like, okay, now I'm giving consistently. Every time I get paid, I'm giving, okay? And then it turned into, okay, every time I get paid, I'm giving 10%.
Right,
Then from 10%, it turned to now it's like I do tithe and offering together every single check. Like it's the very first thing I do.
It's instinctual.
I don't even have to think about it. It's like, once I get paid, I'm already thinking like, all right, tithe and offering. It's just a part of my life.
That's a good example.
So, and it started from me just giving randomly. Like,
right. That's a good example.
Every month here, I'll just try a little bit, give $10 here, $20 here, $50 here, $1 here. And as doing that small amount turned into now giving like 10 to like 15, 20%
right.
every time. Like it's like a mandatory in my head. Like I don't even think about it. It's like before I pay anything, I'm doing that first, and then everything else I'm gonna worry about.
That's an excellent example, because I was reading about, it's 2 books. I can't remember the second one, but the second one, but the first one was The Richest Man in Babylon.
Okay,
right?
Yeah, I heard about that book.
Okay, good. Read it. And the first principle that the dude came to, because he was like a regular dude making regular money, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not doing extra. And he ran across a rich dude. The first thing the rich dude told him was like, save 10% of everything you make. Mm-hmm. Right? That's what you do. Save 10% of everything that you make. Okay. It doesn't matter how much it is, how big or small, save 10% of whatever you make. And I read something else that echoed that same sentiment. Okay. Right? So if you can do that, start there, right? 10% of everything you make, right? Like if you're in the habit of paying tithes, like 10% go to Jesus, second 10% goes to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So 10% of everything you make, and then you go back, and then you have a foundation to launch from, right? And what I mean by that is you have a foundation to invest from. Right. You have a foundation to buy from, you know what I mean, like real estate and assets that aren't going to depreciate yeah. So that is an extremely good habit. 10% of what you make, and that starts with discipline.
And I know people are going to be like, well, I don't make enough to save 10%. That's what people are going to say. I already hear it. I already hear it, and I hear it. I understand. Okay, so people that are saying, call them out. Okay, you don't make enough to put away 10%, right? Okay, so pay yourself your 10%. Put that away, and you need to figure out how to make the other 10% that you just put away in savings. Right. You can sell stuff. Right. You can make an online business. No, because even think about it. There's ways you need to figure out how to make money if you.
But here's the beautiful thing about 10%, right? It's a sliding scale, right? That's the beautiful thing about saving a percentage as opposed to like a set amount. Yeah, for sure. It's a sliding scale. So if you make $150 a month, right? You can't tell me, right, that 15 is too much.
It's like you already have more bills than that anyways, and that $15 ain't going to matter to the bills that you have in real life, if you think about it. So put that 15 aside anyways.
Because you're going to blow that on food.
Exactly.
You're going to blow that on because I know people, right? And I know people, right? And people, what they do is they will eat and consistently make their food and bring their lunch every day. Except for payday, right?
Every day we gonna eat out finally.
Yep. Except for payday, you will eat your beans and rice and your weenie weenies for 9 days.
But that 10th day,
13 straight days, right? But the minute payday hit, you like, oh, I think I'm gonna go get some sushi for lunch, right? Like I'm gonna go get right. And here's the thing, though. The reason why we do that on payday is because you spend the money before it has a chance to matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yep. Like you spend that first 20, that first 100, that first whatever it is before you really have a chance to think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why you got to do it quick.
Yeah, that's why you got to do it. The very first thing you should do is put the 10% away.
And that's why we go get lunch. Yeah. Right? And that's why we have like these really, delicious lunches, right? And before that's 10% right there.
Easily.
Easily.
One meal could be 10% easily.
Easily, depending on what it is you make, right? That's what I'm saying. It's a sliding scale. So. Yeah.
So that goes.
It's not deep when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like for me, my 10% is equivalent to a good Target run, right? So like if I put my Target run on hold, right, and then put my 10% away, and then reassess
what you can do now,
right? My Target run not gonna be as deep, but that's cool because I didn't need shit from Target anyway.
And most of the stuff you end up getting, you're gonna end up not really using or needing really that bad.
No, I like all my Target stuff.
I know you like it, but no. Is it a need?
I was no. I like all my Target stuff.
Like I understand that sometimes you need to just splurge a little bit. You need to like get that out. I understand that. Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is discipline yourself to always put your 10% aside first.
Absolutely.
And that's what tithing offering taught me. What it taught me was learning to discipline that when I put my mind into something that I need to do like that, it's the first thing I do.
The first thing.
And now it's everything. Every time I get paid any amount, anytime, I always put to like 10 to 12, maybe 15% away for tithing offering. Yeah. And then I put like 5-10% for myself. Right. Every single time. It's verbatim. And then I assess my bills. Yeah. After that, if I don't have enough, I still don't touch the money. Yep. I go figure out what I can do. I usually sell something at the house. I'll sell something. I'll figure out a way to make money. Or I'll pick up a little side gig editing or something, whatever.
Right. Anything.
But it makes you think of different ways to make money.
It absolutely does. You know? You got Instacart going up right now. Postmates, like you could do. I don't want to say this.
There's opportunity.
There's opportunities for money if you look for it.
Yeah, if you look for it and you're willing to work. Dude, people give away free stuff on Craigslist all the time. All you gotta do is go pick it up and resell it.
All I'm gonna say is,
I'm just saying there's opportunities.
There's opportunities.
And I'm not saying they're easy.
And I want to say, and I actually kind of want to double down on the sentiment, but I don't know if people are going to be mad, but I don't care. But I feel like there's no reason why people can't make money unless they don't want to. Like, it has to literally be like, I don't want to, right? Because there's opportunity.
No, there is.
There's opportunity.
And you know, that's crazy is this is the opportunity.
There's opportunity everywhere.
You can sell stuff from your phone. You can make an online business from your phone. You can make an EIN number from your phone. This is a computer, and you get them for free. You can get these for free. If you don't have, like, they start the Obamacare stuff and everything.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's easy.
I work for a living. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like.
All I'm saying, the hustle, you got to hustle.
The money is there.
There's a lot for everybody.
The money exists.
You know.
It's a whole lot of money in this world.
But see, and that goes back, are you willing to discipline yourself to, one, look for opportunities?
To go get it.
Are you disciplining your mind to see things as opportunities, or that ain't going to work? That's a get rich scheme scale, you know, or get rich quick scheme, or they're just lying that, they had money before, that's why they can do that. It's like, bro. And here's everyone has been in everyone's position at some point.
You have the luxury to format your life that way, right? Does that make sense? Like, you have the luxury to format your life any way you want to.
Yeah.
Right? So let me give you an example. There are certain non-negotiables that I need to have, right?
Okay.
I need to be independent, right? Okay. In order for me to be independent, I don't need, you know what I'm saying? I need to make sure that there is a steady stream of income coming in because I don't want to depend on anybody, right? Best way for me to do that is to what? Have a 9-to-5 because the money is consistent every 2 weeks. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I can format my life that way. Right? For some of you, autonomy is the most important thing, right? And if I need to be autonomous, that means I can't have no 9-to-5, right?
True.
So here's the thing. If you want to be autonomous and you don't want to have a 9-to-5 with consistent, you know what I mean? Then you don't need to have 9-to-5 bills.
Yes,
right? Because you wanted to be autonomous, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So then you need to format your life around autonomy, right?
Yes.
You don't need 9-to-5 bills, right? You need business going up and down type bills. You know what I mean? You need to be able to sustain yourself whether the shit is selling, the business is thriving or not. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I valued independence, right? So I accumulated 9-to-5 bills. Why? Because I got a check coming in every 2 weeks. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I can afford. I formatted my life around what was important to me. Right. Right. So we have people formatting their life the wrong way. People want to be autonomous, but they're getting 9-to-5 bills, and I don't understand it. Yeah, because it's like the way you want to live your life and what you do does not match with like the bills and what you are getting. It doesn't. You don't need no car payment. You definitely don't need that. You don't need no car payment. You definitely don't need that. Maybe your businesses are thriving and whatever, but if your businesses are thriving and you're getting steady checks every month, then we're not talking about you, right? Yeah. We're talking about the person, right? Yeah. Who is going to experience some ups and downs, right? The person that's going to experience some ups and downs, they don't need 9-to-5 bills. What's a 9-to-5 bill, you may ask, right? A car note. Yes, true. You better get a Craigslist car or something, you know? Yes. A mortgage, right? People like that, it's best for you to pay cash for stuff, right? You might need some roommates. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you get to format your life according to the way that you want to live. That's true. And that's what we need to do. But then but you also means that those people need to be held accountable for the things that they do. You need to format your life. Like, this is what I tell young people. Discipline. I try to tell young people that I work with, you need to format your life around the things you think are important, right? You work part-time, right? So you need part-time bills, essentially. You don't need full-time bills. You ain't full-time. You need part-time bills. Don't get above you. Don't go above what you can afford. Right. And then they ask me, well, what's part-time bills, Miss Chantal? Well, a part-time, I'm glad you asked. I was waiting for that. A part-time bill is a cell phone bill, right? A cell phone bill. You might want to go the prepaid route. I'm just saying, right? That actually does make sense.
Because you can choose when you need to call people and when you don't. And it's not a set standard. That's actually a really good point. Look at you.
Yes.
And she was getting the hair was in. I'm like, okay.
Yes. You need to go, like, you need part-time bills, prepaid cell phone.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You pay cash for your car, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I hear you.
You don't need nothing nice. You go get the Craigslist bucket, right?
Until you get to the point where your business and your autonomy is sustainable enough that it's flourishing enough to support a full-time payment plan like that.
Absolutely.
But if you ain't there,
but if you're not there, you don't need to go lease a car and get a $300 car note.
But so and this goes a little bit beyond that too, because this even goes to discipline. Because what happens is then you start making more money, and then what do? Accumulate more debt with a more expensive place to live, a better car, a better cell phone, right?
Yep.
But you have insurance on your cell phone, but then you don't have any life insurance, which is kind of crazy. Totally other subject. I'm not gonna go there, but so it's like so the moment you get paid and get a raise, you raise your expenses to break exactly where you were before.
Or here's another thing: how about the people who have been working at the same job for 5 years? Mm-hmm. Do you know how much money you could have put in a 401k for 5 years?
Easy.
And people start thinking, well, I don't want to retire from here. Fuck that. Or excuse my language. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about whether or not you want to retire from this place, right?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, because you can transfer your 401k.
That's your money.
Yeah, that's like that goes wherever you go. Like you just transfer the title over to the new business. That's what I know.
You know, but that just comes back to thought process and discipline. You understand what I'm saying? Like, put this 10% away in this 401k, pre-tax.
Yes. Hello. And a lot of this maybe it's just a lack of knowledge. Maybe people don't know.
Right.
Maybe that could be it. I don't know for sure.
The minute you start working full time and they offer you a 401k, take it.
No, for real, you should
take it.
Because I've had people pull out their 401k and
to buy a house, to go back to school. They'll let you use it for tuition to go back to school. Yeah. Everyone has different requirements, but they'll let you buy a house to go back to school. There's a lot of things.
Because the 401k, the employer sometimes matches you a certain amount of money. Like if it's like sometimes it's like 10%, or they match you the amount you put in. Mm-hmm. So if you're putting in like $10, they're gonna match $10 every time you put in $10, right? So then
10K. So then 10K, which you could easily save depending on how much you make, putting 5 to 10% of your check away, right? Mm-hmm. So 5K turns into 10K. And 10K turns into 20K. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And all that comes down to a matter of discipline.
And that's your money. And then it's beautiful when you really learn stuff, because then it gets to a matter like maybe you don't have to take the money out your 401k. Maybe you can borrow against it, right? Mm-hmm. And if you borrow against it, they're not taxing you like that, because technically, you know, like
it's like a game, low-key.
It's like a game.
It's a game. I realize that
it's like an extreme sport. Keeping your money away from the federal government is an extreme sport.
No, money is like a game. I realize after talking to some people that do business, know about business, are really into it, it's just a game. It's honestly, I know like we need money, but it's really a game. Like when you really consider and break it down, it's just a game. People know how to play the game better than you.
You gotta play.
People know how to play the game where tax loops and starting your own business to make sure your money's not getting taxed. You get the full benefits of your money. So when you come out at the end of the year, there's no profit. You don't owe anything.
And here's the thing.
That's crazy. It's a game.
If you want to change your life, change your mind.
Yep.
Change your habits and be disciplined. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
We make it sound easy, but it's not. It's hard.
I mean, it's hard. It's simple methodology. It's just not easy to implement.
And we all have the things that we struggle with, right? For me, being disciplined with money is not hard.
Yeah.
That's easy for me, right? That's easy for me, right?
Yeah, me too.
But I don't want to work out every day. I'm going to be honest, right?
Me too. We're in the same boat.
I'm the person who needs to start small and do it on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's me. So figure out what area it is that you don't really worry about. Start there. You know what I'm saying? And then everything else build up to it.
And see, that's what comes back to your self-awareness, knowing that how you can achieve your goals. Knows that, okay, don't put on every 3 days. Sundays until it's a habit.
Sundays until it's a habit.
Sundays and 2 days or whatever you pick. And then Sunday, Tuesday habit. Then Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And then next thing you know, after a year or two, you're every day working out.
Right.
But that also comes back to the self-awareness. But discipline, self-awareness, and a positive mindset can get you really far.
It can get you anywhere. And in my opinion, it can get you anywhere in life you want to go.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds. People say that you may be delusional because you seem crazy because you're having these big aspirations and dreams. But like everyone who did something great sounded delusional at their time.
Yeah, and I totally understand money in the sense of like not having it, right? Like trying to save 10% if you ain't got it is like trying to get your Honda to go to the moon, right? Like, I get it. Sometimes it seems really extreme, right?
Yeah, I understand.
But you got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. So for you, if it's not 10%, 5, 3, 2, whatever it is, something. You have to start somewhere. But I understand, like, if you ain't got it,
you ain't got it.
It's like trying to get a Honda to go to the moon, but you have to start somewhere.
And like I've never really had to struggle like that personally, so it's hard for me to like put myself in the situation because I'm only talking from my perspective.
Right.
But also, I am trying to say is it is possible. You just got to start for what's good for you. Maybe 10% may not be your. It may be 1%.
Right. Whatever it is, you have to start somewhere.
But just build the habit of putting something away for
1% really ain't shit, though. Let me just say that for the record. I'm just saying. But like maybe if you can't do 10, try 5, right?
Just
like,
something to get yourself.
Something tangible, right? You know? Something tangible. Not $1 a month.
Yeah, that's
unless you trying to see where it goes in the next 100 years, right?
Yeah, because like you're gonna be like what after a year it's $12.
After a year you got $12, and with inflation you're not even gonna be able to buy a sandwich with $12 because you ain't got the tax.
I know. That's so sad. That's so true.
It's terrible. You can't even afford a sandwich.
That is so dang true. But you know, I think those are the most important pieces in my opinion that I've seen and that I've used for myself and that I've seen of other people, and a lot of successful people have that. They know who they are, where they want to go. Yeah. And then they decide to change their mindset to get there. And then they also discipline themselves and cut out things that aren't aspiring to that end goal. Yeah. So absolutely. If you can figure out what you want, figure out the people you need to be around and surround yourself around who are doing it or aspiring to doing it, and then start to build habits that people who are already doing that have those habits accordingly, then boom, like you're on the path. But it's not easy, and you do have those days and those emotions.
Let's clarify, you know, none of this shit is easy.
You know, it's not.
None of this is easy, but it's worth it.
There's still days that in my head there are times with the tithing offering analogy, there's still days there's times I still think like, Jesus, you know, could we I got some bills I need to pay like in a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Like the brain still takes you there sometimes. So even me, I've been doing this for years, and I still have those thoughts every once in a while. It does. So I still have to remind myself.
And here's the thing, man. And we got to close this out soon. But here's the thing. And don't have an expense that you may have been unexpected, right? Like you pay your bills, right? Like you got your little rent, you got your little car note, you got your insurance, you got your cell phone, you got the Netflix, right? But then like don't need $400 tires, right? You understand what I'm saying? Because then it's like, like I get it. Like we still,
or don't get a foreign car even though you got it for cheap, but the oil change is like $200. You know what I'm saying? Let's think about that all the way through. You know, I'm trying to be the rich white folks, the ones that drive Priuses and are super wealthy. You never know they have money. I'm never
going to drive an ugly car. I don't care how much money I have.
That's me. I don't mind at all.
I don't particularly need a luxury car or anything like that. I don't need a car, to be honest with you. As long as the shit run and it's relatively decent, like I don't think I'll ever spend money on a car again. I'll probably lease cars for the rest of my life.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'll ever get another car note. I don't know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Thank you guys for spending some time with us on the Unpack Your Bag podcast. Make sure that you like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to the channel so you can get daily updates when we release content. It's been a pleasure spending time with you guys today. We'll see you next time on the Unpack Your Bag podcast. We out!
Peace, love, and hair grease, y'all. I gotta say it. Bye.
Them lonely boy blues, only boy blues. Them lonely boy blues, only boy blues. You don't hear about it every day in the news. They walk around with a frown and got nothing to lose. Them lonely boy blues, only boy blues. Them lonely boy blues, only boy blues. You don't hear about it every day in the news. They walk around with a frown and got nothing to lose.